This is so embarrassing that it's actually comical. This is like humiliating stuff here. So Sam Harris, as I'm sure most of you in my audience know, he is, he came to prominence being what was called a new atheist. And they rose to prominence after 9/11. And, they basically were very strongly, not just anti-God, like saying they don't believe in a God, but they're also anti-theist, which means, hey, I also think the religions are bullshit. And I also think that they cause more problems than they solve. This was the mindset. And it's something that took off, and it appealed even to me at the time because, we're living through the George W. Bush regime. And during that time, people don't remember, there was like heavy Christian nationalism as part of that government, where they were like campaigning on doing a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage. Like, this is where we were. Of course, you cracking down on like stem cell research, being anti-abortion, all that stuff. And, you look at that, I'm young, am just like beginning to develop a political identity. And I think like, oh, I'm definitely against that. And religion fucking sucks and it's stupid. And here come these, very arrogant, confident, unabashed guys who are saying, yeah, all the religions are bad and evil and wrong. And here's why. And so they had their moment in the sun. But what happened with the new atheists is kind of sad and pathetic because instead of like staying true to those like Enlightenment values and liberal values and like caring about truth and facts and reason, a bunch of them ended up going right wing. And their hate boner for Muslims became like genuine bigotry against Muslims. You also had, they got obsessed with these like purple-haired social justice warriors on college campuses, and they acted like they were the main enemies of civilization. So out of the new atheist thing did come this like anti-social justice warrior craze, right? And so many of them went right-wing. And it's a shame, but the seeds were always there. Like, there was always some evidence to be like, oh no, maybe we should be a little skeptical of these guys here, right? Because I actually debated, I want to say it was like 2014 maybe, I debated Sam Harris on my show about, I think it was the war in Iraq. I think it was about the war in Iraq. And he's a neocon. He's just a neocon. Like, he thinks our intentions are good. If Dick Cheney had his way, he would turn the Middle East into like Wyoming, so there'd be like a McDonald's on every corner and gas stations and shit, and that's great, and they should just accept that freedom. We've done nothing wrong here. They're the bad guys. They have bad values. They come from a bad culture with a bad religion. We're trying to spread our good values, and so like the wars are justified. That's the TLDR and what he actually believes. And so as time went by, it became socially unacceptable to be in favor of the Iraq war because everybody realized how much of a fucking disaster it was. Everybody realized how much the war on terror was fucking bullshit. And it was this massive military-industrial complex scam where a lot of people got wealthy and a lot of lives got ruined. And so eventually he started to like sort of hide the neoconservatism, and he's, I was always kind of against the Iraq war. He would say stuff like that, right? Well, now, and this is how guys, this is like, the neocons will always revert to shitty opinions. That's always what happens. Like Pete Kegsbreth, the Secretary of War Crimes, he started out in politics as a pro-Iraq war activist, right? And then when Trump started saying anti-war shit, and he wanted to get in good with Trump, he started saying anti-war shit too. But now that Pete Kegsbreth is in there, he's back to being pro every single war. It's so easy to be like, oh yeah, that last war, which was an obvious disaster, I'm against that. But this new one, this is going to be great, right? And that's what all these neocons do. They're never actually reformed neocons. They just stay neocons. They just hide it a little bit by saying, oh, I'm against these old wars. But these new ones, they're different. So here is Sam Harris basically arguing exactly that. That like, I swear, bro, one more, bro. Just only one more war, bro. This one's going to be different, man. I promise, man. He's like total fucking crackhead mode. Listen to this.
I honestly think Iran is much less likely to blow back on us the way Iraq and Afghanistan did.
Bro, Iran is a country of 90 million people. It is 4 times bigger than Iraq. 4 times bigger. It's a more developed country. The government is more complex and solidified. In every single way, the exact opposite is true of what he's saying. Like, oh, this one does actually be kind of easy, bro. What? Based on what? The fact that you made it up and pulled it out of your asshole? What are you talking about? You have the generals now are saying to Trump, like, sir, if we do this, it's going to be kind of difficult. I'm just saying. They're like, it's not going to be like with Venezuela where we just like kidnapped Maduro and started stealing the oil and stealing, taking hundreds of millions of dollars that's theirs and putting it in a private bank account for Trump in Qatar. They're like, it's not actually going to go like that. And they could actually punch us back in the face and bomb our military bases in the region and, potentially bomb our ships or bomb some of our fighter jets. Like, they're going to punch back if we're actually going for regime change. So everything he's saying here is totally made up. I need that to be crystal clear. Let's keep going.
That's the way Iraq and Afghanistan did. I just think the majority of the people are in a different spot with their desperation to be rid of theocracy, right? It's a much more sophisticated culture that has been oppressed for now more than a generation.
The fact that the population is more secular than the government and more enlightened than the government and more pro-democracy than the government, that is not going to matter when the law breaks down. When the law breaks down, the criminal elements take over. This is obvious. The people with the money and the power and the guns, the gangs, these are the people who thrive in a lawless environment and oppress all of these well-meaning people. The idea that, because a lot of the young people are more more secular and enlightened, therefore you topple the government and they immediately take over. No, they don't. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. It's going to be like the most organized faction that also has muscle, that also has the political connections to get the backing of the West, because the West will only allow certain people. Like, this is like, you are more likely to get a fucking return of the monarchy with that psychopath, the son of Reza Pahlavi, right? You're more likely to get that than have like some secular democracy. Hey, Sam Harris, they literally just abducted the sovereign president of Venezuela and didn't say dick about elections. They're not doing elections. We're not doing the democracy shtick anymore, dipshit. Do you not realize that? That they're literally like, we're going to overthrow the government and then we're going to steal the natural resources and then fuck everybody who lives in that country. That's the mindset. This has nothing to do with like freeing the people of Iran. Nothing. We didn't free the people of Iraq. We didn't free the people of Libya by killing Gaddafi, and now there's literal open slave markets there. Like, this has God, he's so naive. He's so naive and stupid. He thinks about this in like the most cartoonish way imaginable.
For now more than a generation. You can't say that about Afghanistan, right? You can't even say that about Iraq, and Iraq was more sophisticated than Afghanistan. I do think it's a different situation. It's like, if you're going to talk about the prospect of nation building, is probably, ironically, this is probably a good opportunity that we can't possibly take, given how badly our experience was, previously.
This one will be different, man. I promise, man. It's my last time, man. One more hit on the crack pipe, man. One more hit on the war pipe, man. Just one more bomb, bro. Just one more. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Holy shit.
Was how bad our experience was, previously, but I think it's worth assuming that the majority of the Iranian people want something like a secular democracy or something, something that would be recognizably secular and democratic.
I regret to inform you that what the majority of the Iranian people want is not what the majority of the Iranian people are going to get. As soon as the bombs start falling, as soon as the murders start happening, as soon as the law and order totally breaks down, this is like childish shit that he's doing. But the fact of the matter is, and everybody knows this, Sam Harris is a massive Zionist. And the Israeli government has always wanted to overthrow the Iranian government because they are the only regional adversary that has any actual power, right? So if you get them out of the way, then what's stopping Israel from creating that greater Israel, stealing more land in the Middle East, encroaching on multiple different countries, becoming not only a regional power, but in the long run, potentially a superpower? What's stopping them from that level of domination? There's nothing stopping them. And so there's also that level to this too, it's what the Israeli government wants. It's the Zionist perspective. He's a hardcore Zionist. And so he's like, yeah, fuck the Iranians. Fuck them. What's another war? What's another war? It's not going to affect me over here, right? I'm going to be fine. It's only them. They're brown. Who cares? Let them get bombed. Let them lose their family members. Let them be displaced. Let them lose their homes. Like, let them deal with the death and the destruction and the collapse of their economy and, the breakdown of social order. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I cannot stand how like nonchalant some people are about war. And by the way, let me be clear. This is not in any way like generalizable because I've seen the polls. As of right now, it's anywhere between 21% and 27% of the country in the U.S. that wants war with Iran. Okay? Before the war in Iraq, that shit was like 80 or 90%. And it was that because they did like 2 straight years of endless propaganda saying Saddam Hussein basically did 9/11, right? There's no propaganda. There's no nothing. So now like 2 out of 10 people go, I guess we'll do. Like, but Sam Harris has to be in the 20%, doesn't he? He just has to be there. Like, one more war, bro. This one will be different. This one will be better. By the way, shout out to Adam Johnson because he posted this. I thought this was hilarious. Very funny. He just leads with the meme. It says, I have advised a number of couples to explore an open relationship. Did it work for those people? No, it never does. But it might work for us. That's Sam Harris with wars. Oh my God. Also, by the way, Sam Harris correctly believes that Donald Trump is like a psychopathic fascist. How can you in one breath say, this guy's a psychopathic fascist, but also he should launch an illegal and offensive war against this country that didn't attack us and overthrow their government and fix their political system? He can't even take care of our political system. He makes everything worse. Why the fuck would you think, oh yeah, it'll be great for Iranians. They'll get that secular democracy if Trump does. Like I said, he kidnapped Maduro, and they were literally directly asked, so will there be elections in Venezuela? And he was like, elections? We talking about elections, bro? I don't even know no damn elections. I don't know what you're talking about, though. Like, they don't care about that stuff. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. I think you get it. Sam Harris, big, fat, juicy, beefy ass L. Hold that shit.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.